after a bit, the sunrise comes, and Austere puts away his tent. Ooh, that looks lovely, thank you.
Norik's going to say to Austere after he gets up and say, "We had a visitor."
More than likely out here, a bandit or someone trying to get rich quickly.
Didn't seem like they wanted too much trouble.
Yes, well, if we were all sleeping, we probably would have gotten something taken from us. He looks over at the bodies, and he actually goes up to the wooden boxes and opens them just to make sure the bodies are still in there. Looks like everything's accounted for.
Norik finished packing up his tent and put it back in the wagon.
Does Rayanne have a tent, or does she just have a bedroll?
She does not have a tent.
Yeah, but Norik said to use it during the night, so go ahead.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, that's true.
Just Norik came and replaced you and said, "Yeah, you go get some rest. You use my tent."
So,
when the shift change happened.
Once again, Austere takes out the little, almost thimble-like object, pours a little, actually dunks it into the creek, watches it, and then starts moving again.
And away we go.
So
is it a sunny day? Is it overcast?
Roll me a 1d4.
Both or just him?
Either of you. Alright, cool.
1d4? Yeah, same.
I'd say a calm day with a light breeze. It's nice traveling weather. It's not like dumping rain and windy or anything like that. And you guys actually head from the river here to the west. Oops. Boop. And he's following the river, actually. After a little bit, you guys come to a small, patchy wooded area. And he looks at all the twisted trees. This is our destination. Approach cautiously. I will follow behind. When you are greeted, greet them back.
Norik just watches as Austere disappears behind the wagon. And continues to very cautiously walk forward.
Okay. And you guys come to the area that I'm showing on the map. It's small. It's a clearing. You recognize the bramble that's around. It's very similar to the poisonous, horrible fey bramble that was in the Maze Lake area that Horatio unfortunately did his deed at. And you can see 3 women gracefully dancing, but it's more like a march around a fire. They all are in what looks like to be dancing poses as they walk, and as both of you get within 30 to 50 feet, they stop and look at the group. Welcome. The woman who's in yellow, there's three of them. There's a woman dressed in blue, there's a woman dressed in red, and there's a woman dressed in yellow. The woman in blue is staring at you guys very intensely, almost unblinking. The woman in red almost seems to be looking past everyone, but is watching in your direction. And the woman in yellow is the one who is talking. She seems to be the most energetic of the three, and she is like gracefully just moving. Her movements really have no like correlation with what she's saying, but she's just always in perpetual movement.
Nork's gonna respond with greetings.
Greetings.
And all of them do a sort of curtsy, sort of bow. It looks very proper, whatever they're doing, and it's very slow moving and graceful. I see. We have a cursed one. We have one in disguise. And we have one who is attuned. Welcome. Come
Welcome.
closer. So Nork was doing
Nork's
some...
gonna take a step forward, almost to the edge of this circle that they're in.
Alright. So you ran, you were greeted, and you were told to greet them back.
What now? I'm sorry.
So before you came to the area, Austir said, when you are greeted, greet them back.
I did.
Okay.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
And they have told you to approach too.
All right. I just cautiously walk up to. Yes. Towards the side.
Okay. And the woman in yellow. I am Tanya, and these are my sisters, Herta, and another woman that I can't remember the name of. Oh my. This is Herta, and my other sister, Inya. We greet you to our camp. What brings you travelers here?
Nork's gonna look over at Rayanne and look back at the wagon.
And you
and
notice,
look back at the lady in yellow.
and as you look back at the wagon, you notice that Austir's like far back.
And Nork's gonna say, we heard you might be able to help.
Oh, we can do many things, and helping is one of the simple joys that we can do. And the other two women nod their heads. So, what is the problem you would like to be fixed?
Nork's gonna look back at Herbert.
Herbert.
And motion at Herbert to come forward with the cart.
Herbert looks like they're regretting stepping up toward the circle with the bodies.
And Nork's gonna lead Herbert around and flip open the back of the cart where the two coffins are.
Tunya looks Ah, death. Are we to hide them? Are we to make them live again temporarily? Or do you want resurrection? And as she says resurrection, you can just feel the wind change a little, and just everything rustles just a little.
Hmm. Norik looks around at the rustling of the leaves and shudders a little bit at the sudden breeze. And he's gonna look over and back at the ladies and say, I imagine there's a different cost for each.
There's a cost for everything in this world, and sometimes the cost does not seem significant until things are done and said. What are you willing to bring your friends back?
Nark's gonna look to Rayanne. And look back at the cart. And try and glance back at Austere and slight amount of scorn just for leaving them like this.
Girl, you're attuned, and you have something on you that would interest us. They're referring to Rianne.
Yes, I'm sorry. What exactly are you talking about?
You have a mouse.
My mouse? And I just pick up Squeakers and just hold them in my hand.
You can feel Squeakers is a little bit more panicked than usual. This place does not make, none of your animals look very comfortable around here. A mouse's life is such a small price to pay for two fallen friends.
I'm sorry, Squeakers. I have to. And I give him like a little kiss on the nose or something.
Nark's gonna look over at Rayanne and say, are you sure?
What choice do we have? What else do we have?
Tonya smiles. Well, there is you. You can join us. You do crave power, do you not?
I'm sorry, Squeakers. This is just... I'm not going to fall for that trap. That's just me talking, for the record.
It's cool.
I just look at them and look at Squeakers. I'm like, as much as I hate giving up my best buddy.
Yeah, so Inuit comes close to you. You can feel it's like you just opened up a refrigerator as she approaches.
Mm.
Just this cold wafting off her. And she holds out her hand in a cup motion.
And I just, oh, I feel so bad for this. But, alright, I slowly give her squeakers.
And give me an animal handling check. Despite Squeaker's protest, and yeah, it does that mouse thing where it tries to jump up, like, further up your arm.
Mm-hmm.
You're able to snatch Squeakers and place it in her hands.
Nort's just gonna come over by Rayanne and just rest a hand on her shoulder.
Tonya smiles. We will begin the ceremony soon. Camp outside, and we will bring back your friends.
Nort's just gonna say, right after that, just say, which kind of ceremony did this get us?
You wish to bring your friends back to life, so resurrection is in order. One life for 2 human lives. It seems like we might be getting the short end of the deal, but it will even out.
Very well.
You can take your mule, just leave the wagon and the bodies with us.
Nort's gonna unhook the wagon from Herbert and lead Herbert back away from the circle.
I slowly
Maybe even so far back as that he might see Austere.
Yeah, I slowly make my way towards Austere too. I'm sorry, but they give me the chills.
Oh, they should. Okay, let's...
They just called Squeakers!
Squeakers is very much alive. Yeah, I mean, let's end it there. That was a good session, guys.
That's all that we have for tonight. I'm Very Random Butterfly. You could find me on my YouTube, Very Random Butterfly, or my Twitter at BRYRDM Butterfly. I post art. I should do comics, but I'm so behind on them, but I am going to do those. And also YouTube videos. So yeah. And I gave up Squeakers. Okay.
And I'm Guy, from that guy who snacks while playing. I mean, from that guy who can't sing. You can find me on YouTube. You can find me on Twitter as Guy Who Can't Sing. And yeah, that's this is a good session here. We'll see what happens.
This is an excellent session. I have to say, you guys were super troopers for role-playing the way you did, and dealing with the horrible stuff that did happen. You guys role-played really well, and I thank you for opening it up and doing that sort of role-playing. I know it's really hard, so I'm going to be commending you all the time for this now. And yes, this is the voice of Paul, the guy who is running the game, or the guy who's trying to eat dinner while doing this. Not really successfully because I get so into this. If you want to follow me on my personal Twitter, which I tweet mostly about dogs and Dungeons and Dragons, find me at Paul_Garish. That's PAUL_GERRISH. And if you want to follow just the Swordfall stuff in general, where we're trying to put up a little bit more art and just letting people know we have videos out and all that stuff, That's at Swordfall D&D, the actual letters D&D. Also, we have Facebook, we have a Google Plus, and maybe soon an Instagram. Who knows? That might be
Oh
fun.
snap!
Oh snap! Yeah. Yeah.
Oh
Come.
Snapchat!
Oh no.
No.
I'm an old man. I don't even know how that works. Yeah. Thanks for listening. If you like this, subscribe, give us a thumbs up, ring that bell, all that good stuff. And we'll see you next week when we find out the actual fate of Horatio and Lane and if they were actually resurrected.
Ba ba ba.
Yep. You all have a nice night, or whenever you are listening to this in any time of day. Bye bye.
Good night.